Begin recording. Okay, so we are now recording and we are calling to order at 10:01 the Thursday, May 13th Board of Commissioners meeting for Center County Government. Is there any public comment at this time? Seeing no members of the public here with us today, we will move on to our meeting minutes and looking for an approval of the Board of Commissioners meeting minutes from Thursday, May 6th.
Quick point of order, Mike. Are we doing Board of Commissioners first and then Salary Board?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Motion to approve the meeting minutes from the Thursday, May 26th Board of Commissioners meeting.
I will second that.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. Moving into our personnel items, we have 4 items related to adult services, and we will turn it over to our Director of Adult Services, Faith Ryan.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for your time this morning. So the 4 items we have on the Board of Commissioners agenda today, first is the approval of revisions for the job description for the housing program specialist. We're really trying to bring that position back to its core to be kind of the housing expert or housing nerd, so to speak, in Center County and for Center County government, and really pulling away some of the direct services that position has provided for the past couple of years and reallocating it to another position. The second point here is a personnel requisition for our housing program specialist, Pete Kurtz-Glovis. He has accepted a research opportunity at a graduate school at Penn State for policy, and we certainly wish him luck. These are definitely interesting times to study that. The third option, or the third point here, is the revision to the job description for the caseworker 1. So that position has altered a little bit since we last posted it, and is a more generalized position for all of those that will fill it. The fourth is a personnel requisition for the full-time caseworkers, or to approve it, I apologize. So this is for all the full-time caseworkers that we're going to be talking about at Salary Board.
Okay, thank you, Faith. And we will look for see if there's any questions or comments on any of these. Okay, we are hearing none. Is there a motion to approve all 4?
Motion to approve the 4 personnel items for adult services.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay, thank you, Faith. We will be back to you once we get to Salary Board. Okay, for budget revisions, we will turn it over to Margaret.
Okay, thanks very much. This item involves a request of the commissioners to change, to make a revision to our 2021 county budget, moving funds from the capital projects fund to our general fund under Centercrest operations. As you know, we acquired the building back on April the 1st, and there are expenses that are required to keep the building intact while we conducted an adaptive reuse study. These are predominantly around utilities, contracts for elevator maintenance and so forth. And so the request this morning of the commissioners is to move funds from the capital projects account in the amount of $93,173 to the general fund, Department 634, Centercrest operations.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. Any questions on this item? Comments?
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Hearing none, we will look for a motion to approve the budget revision.
Motion to approve the budget revision to reallocate funds from capital projects to Centercrest Department 113.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor do so by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay, thank you very much, Margaret. And then I think we will keep it with you as we go into non-personnel items and start with 2 items related to the American Rescue Plan.
Okay, we have exciting news this morning. The portal from the United States Department of Treasury is open, and Center County has been allocated $31,541,383 from the United States Department of the Treasury Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds. And this item this morning is for you to approve acceptance of this funding from the United States Department of Treasury, and also to authorize our board chairperson, Michael Pipe, to sign as the County of Center's authorized representative.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. With little fanfare, this is the largest grant we've ever received. Probably will be in the history for the foreseeable history of Center County government. And so, even though it's a basic approval of an item at a commissioners meeting, this will help Center County government for the next 3+ years, and not only Center County government, but our community to move forward and rebuild and improve our community during the pandemic and post-pandemic. So it's a fairly large item, and we typically do these on Tuesdays, but we felt that since our next meeting on a Tuesday isn't until after the primary on the 25th, let's not linger. Let's approve this. Let's get the request in so we can receive funds in short order. So thank you to everybody for getting this to where we're at today with this, and we look forward to receiving the funds. We should also note that the Treasury has put out their final interim rule and also an FAQ that's available on the U.S. Department of Treasury's COVID-19 local fund or local government fund page that is lengthy. That's good because it gives us a lot of context to work in, but we'll be scheduling a informational meeting or work session after the primary to start to delve into this a little bit more. But again, a lot of work will be going into this. So I just wanted to offer that context as well. But happy to answer, if we wanted to discuss this a little bit more, if there's any questions we had.
Mike, obviously a fabulous opportunity for the county to plug some of our budget holes, replace some lost revenues, and work toward a better and brighter future in Center County. I did also want to caution whoever is applying, there are a number of security questions, including driver's license number and possibly even prior addresses where you have lived before personally. So whoever's doing this might want to be ready for those questions.
And I think Jason, our controller Moser, actually was able to tee up some of this. And as I understand it, currently there's a link that I have in my inbox to click submit or to actually to e-sign. But I'm happy to provide, all that information and more. I think for $32 million, they can have we'll be good. I'm happy to do whatever's needed. Absolutely.
Just to
yes, Jason prepared the information and the application to submit through the portal to the Department of Treasury, and it does require these additional security measures, and Commissioner Pipe will be our representative, our authorized representative to sign and provide that information.
Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome. I did have to scan in my photo ID and driver's license and some other additional information. So it was a process.
Oh, so Jason might be taking the hit on this one for us in terms of all that information. I might just need to click a button. So thanks, Jason.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So any other further discussion on this? Okay. Hearing none, we'd look for a motion to approve both items under commissioners.
Motion to approve the 2 items for today under commissioners.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor do so by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. Under item B, we have a proposal for our Centercrest building, and we will turn that over to our Deputy Administrator, John Fronick, at this time.
Thank you, Commissioners. Centercrest Adaptive Reuse Study proposal from Lowenberg Green Architects is a professional service agreement with base study costs of $34,850. contingent structural analysis costs of $4,300, and optional construction cost estimating services of $6,290 for a total project cost of $45,440. We are proposing to study both Centercrest and the Willow Bank building as part of this professional service.
Okay, thank you, John. Any questions, feedback, comments on this? Okay, hearing none. Again, big step in our next chapter of the Centercrest facility. This will give us a lot of really good, usable information to be able to decide what we want to do with the facility. But I think it's reasonably priced, and they're a respectable firm. Looks like they're going to have a really great overall project coming out of this. So thanks for putting this together, John. Looking forward to working with Muhlenberg Green or MG Architects. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the proposal from Muhlenberg Green Architects.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor of approving, do so by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign, say nay. The motion is carried. Okay, thank you again, John. And we will turn it back to Margaret for this item from court administration.
This is the annual submission of the application for senior judge reimbursable costs for costs incurred during calendar year 2020 as it relates to the use of senior judges by the Court of Common Pleas in Center County. And the request this morning is that you would approve this submission of the application for senior judge reimbursable costs in the amount of $5,490.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the submission of the application for senior judge reimbursable costs.
I will second that.
It has been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on that? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor do so by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Okay, and I think we're going to keep it with Margaret for this next item as well.
This next item is a quote that we've received from Able Fence to provide some repairs and maintenance to the fencing that surrounds our 911 area in the amount of $9,390. As you know, this is something that we've needed to take care of for some time, and we're ready to move forward with your approval of this quote from Able Fence.
Okay, thank you, Margaret. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the quote from Able Fence LLC.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay, thank you, Margaret, very much. And we have one more item for our Planning and Community Development Office, or I should say two, related to a similar topic. And I do believe that we do have our Director of Planning and Community Development, Ray, on the call with us to kick off the conversation.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yeah, two items that are related to the Wildlife for Everyone project in Houston Township. The first is an agreement between Center County and Wildlife for Everyone Foundation to provide services for administration of the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources grant, BRC PRD 25101. The project total was approved for $250,000 to accomplish the Wildlife Center and Wetlands Development for Soaring Eagle Wetlands Project in Houston Township for the period of September 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2024. This agreement shifts administration of the grant, administrative process, and drawdowns of DCNR funds to Wildlife for Everyone and their consultant, John Klein and Associates out of Harrisburg. The second item, the lease operations and maintenance agreement between the County of Center and Wildlife for Everyone, is for tax parcels 11-005-081, which is 28.63 acres, and parcel 11-005-087 for 24.54 acres, both in Houston Township, in accordance with the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources grant to create the Soaring Eagle wetland. The agreement starts on the date set forth and runs for a period which will end 25 years from the day of the project is completed. Municipalities are eligible for PA Conservation Natural Resource grants under the C2P2 program, but require a municipal applicant. And since Wildlife for Everyone's a nonprofit entity, it requires a lease of property as acknowledged by the Board of Commissioners letter dated March 21st, 2019. Both of these documents have been vetted by DCNR, Wildlife for Everyone's solicitor, and of course our county solicitor, Betsy Dupuy.
Okay, thank you, Ray. This project has been ongoing for, as you indicated and alluded to, Ray, a number of months, if not years. And it's a big thing that we're taking on as a county government to enter into a lease for 25 years, essentially where we would be the owner of the property, but again, lease it back to Wildlife for Everyone, a impactful nonprofit that in this case is working to, and has been working and is continuing to work to improve a fully ADA accessible, which is too rare, but again, really a tremendous use of our outdoor recreation space in Houston Township. So they've done a really great job with utilizing this. So, but again, big deal, quarter century lease. So want to make sure, we wanted to go through a lot of due diligence, and I think we finally reached that point. And this would enable Wildlife for Everyone to utilize a DCNR grant to help offset these costs that they're incurring. So thanks for the overview here, Ray. We'll see if there's any other comments or questions.
I'm good. I'm happy to support it.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, we'll look for a motion.
Motion to approve the planning and community development items 1 and 2.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. Okay, Ray, thank you again.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, we have one letter of support, and we will turn it back to Margaret for this final item.
Yes, thank you. The Board of Commissioners received a request on Tuesday from Potter Street Associates, LLC, for a letter of support involving the project of a rehab, a 75,000 square foot facility at 234 South Potter Street in Bellefonte Borough. I believe that the Potter Street Associates met with the commissioners several weeks ago, but they are moving forward with an application for a redevelopment assistance capital program, RACP grant, and would appreciate a letter of support from the Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, the property's right, a few stones throw from here, the Willowbank building, and so certainly would be very beneficial to the Bellefonte community and surrounding area to see some investment there. So the folks there are doing a great job with this, and I think we'd be happy to look for a motion to approve the letter of support.
And just as a matter of note,
oh, sure.
Sutton Engineering.
That's right. Yes, correct. Yep, absolutely. So we would, yeah, I think you were just noting the fact, Commissioner, that it's the old Sutton Engineering building. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. All right, so we'd look for that motion.
Sure. Happy to make the motion in support of the continued revitalization of Bellefonte. Another very concrete sign of that here today. Motion to approve the letter in support of Potter Street Associates LLC application to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this item? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. Just to check, do we have any other items for discussion today? Okay, hearing none. Is there any executive sessions to report, Margaret?
Sessions to report.
Okay, we have no members of the press here, so we would then go into a motion to adjourn. Before we go to a motion to adjourn, I know we're going to salary board meeting, but I specifically want to thank everybody for making this meeting happen today. We weren't planning on meeting today, and we decided to pull things together very last second. So I really appreciate it. Since we're not going to be meeting next week for the primary, there were some big things that we just wanted to tick off before we got into next week. So again, appreciate the hustle and getting everything done. So on that note, will there be a motion to adjourn the commissioners meeting?
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Motion to adjourn at 10:21.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you.